This is a love story. In the vast metropolis of New York City, nestled amidst the towering skyscrapers and bustling crowds, there existed a quaint little bookstore. It was a sanctuary for book lovers, a place where the scent of old paper and leather-bound novels filled the air and the quiet rustle of pages turning echoed softly in every corner. Among the countless books that lined its shelves were tales of adventure, romance, and mystery that had the power to transport readers to different worlds and ignite their imaginations. But for the owner of the bookstore, it was more than just a business. It was a labor of love, a passion project that had become his life's work. He poured his heart and soul into every aspect of the store, from hand-picking each book to creating a warm and inviting atmosphere for his customers. He took pride in knowing that he had created a special place where people could escape the noise and chaos of the city and get lost in the magic of reading. For him, it wasn't just about selling books. It was about fostering a love of literature and providing a community space where people could come together and share their love of reading. One day, a new customer walked into the bookstore. She was unlike anyone he had ever seen before. Her name was Luna, and she had a certain charm about her that made her stand out from the crowd. From the moment she stepped into the store, she seemed to be in awe of everything around her, her eyes sparkling with wonder as she explored every nook and cranny of the shop. The owner couldn't help but smile at her infectious enthusiasm, and he found himself wanting to know more about her. As Luna continued to browse the shelves, the owner worked up the courage to approach her and strike up a conversation. They talked about their shared love of books, and soon he learned that she was a writer who was looking for inspiration for her next novel. As the days turned into weeks, Luna became a regular at the bookstore, spending hours upon hours lost in its cozy embrace. She would sit in the window seat sipping hot chocolate and reading, or she would curl up on the floor surrounded by stacks of books, completely absorbed in whatever story she was reading at the moment. The owner loved seeing her there, her presence adding a new dimension of joy to his already beloved bookstore. One rainy afternoon, Luna approached the owner with an idea. She wanted to host a poetry reading in the bookstore, an event that would bring together fellow book lovers and writers to share their work in an intimate setting. The owner was immediately on board, his heart soaring at the prospect of his bookstore being used as a platform to promote literature and creativity. Together they organized the event, pouring their time and energy into making it a success. They sent out invitations to local writers and readers, and soon the bookstore was buzzing with anticipation for the upcoming poetry reading. On the day of the event, the bookstore was filled to capacity. Writers from all over the city came to showcase their work, while avid readers sat attentively listening to each poem being read. The energy in the room was electric, charged with the excitement of creativity and the passion for literature. As the poetry reading drew to a close, Luna turned to the owner, her eyes shining with gratitude. She thanked him for his support and for providing a space where artists could thrive. In that moment, the owner realized that his bookstore was more than just a business. It was a hub for creativity, a place where dreams were ignited, and where the power of literature could bring people together. But fate had a way of intervening in the most unexpected ways. Just when things were looking up for the bookstore, financial troubles loomed on the horizon. The rent was increased unexpectedly, threatening to derail the bookstore's stability. The owner was devastated, his dream and livelihood hanging in the balance. He tried everything he could to make ends meet, cutting costs and searching for additional income streams, but it wasn't enough. The weight of the situation pressed down on him, making it hard to see a way out. Determined to save his beloved bookstore, the owner decided to take a leap of faith. He reached out to Luna, hoping that together they could find a solution. When he shared his worries with her, Luna's heart went out to him. She understood the bookstore's importance not only to him, but to the entire literary community, and she knew she had to do something to help. So she put her thinking cap on, determined to come up with a plan to save the bookstore. After days of brainstorming, Luna had an epiphany. She would write a story about the bookstore and enter it into a prestigious writing competition. If she won, the prize money would be enough to save the bookstore from financial ruin. Excited and hopeful, Luna poured her heart and soul into the story, drawing inspiration from the bookstore's charm and the owner's unwavering passion for literature. She wrote about a magical bookstore that transported readers to different worlds through its enchanting collection of books, all the while weaving in themes of love, loss, and the power of storytelling. As she worked, the owner watched in admiration as Luna became completely absorbed in her writing. He saw the dedication and passion she had for her craft, and it inspired him to keep going even when times were tough. Finally, the story was complete, and Luna submitted it to the competition. The owner, along with the rest of the literary community, eagerly awaited the results, hoping for the best, but remaining realistic about the outcome. Weeks turned into months, and the pressure began to mount. The deadline to pay the rent was fast approaching, and the bookstore's future seemed uncertain. Then one day, a letter arrived, and with trembling hands, Luna and the owner opened it together. To their utter disbelief, Luna had won. Overwhelmed with joy and gratitude, they celebrated, knowing that the bookstore had been saved. Thanks to Luna's talent and determination, the bookstore continued to thrive. Luna's story about the bookstore became a bestseller, capturing the hearts of readers worldwide and cementing the bookstore's place in literary history. As the years went by, the bookstore stood proudly in the city, a testament to the power of love, literature, and the strength of the human spirit. The owner and Luna grew old together, their love story becoming a beloved chapter in the bookstore's rich history. And so, this is a love story of a man and his bookstore, a place where stories came to life and where the magic of literature brought people together. It's a story about passion, perseverance, and the enduring power of dreams. So, if you ever find yourself strolling through the bustling streets of New York City, take a moment to visit this little bookstore. Breathe in the scent of old books, and let your imagination run wild as you explore its cozy shelves. Who knows, you might just discover a hidden gem of a story, or find yourself lost in the very tale that will capture your heart and whisk you away to a world of enchantment. For within these four walls, the spirit of literature lives on, reminding us of the transformative power of stories and the magic that awaits us between the pages of a book. So come, dear reader, and let your literary journey begin in this haven of words and imagination.